But this rumor stuff, I think it's rubbish, to be honest. I think Schefter is creating stories. He's pretty much saying that Mike Tomlin could leave like Sean Payton. Good morning, Steeler Nation. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. Well, it probably is your afternoon, your evening, but I just woke up and I was listening to the Mike Tomlin press conference. And yes, we're going to talk about Mike Tomlin's rumors that he's leaving, he's walking away. In a quick nutshell, as you guys know, I'm a Tomlin guy. I've been supporting Tomlin for 17 years. I don't think he's going to leave. I think after this year, the Rooneys will reach out for a contract, maybe 2 or 3 years, go and find an OC and, try and develop a plan to get them back to the playoffs year after year. We still have to wait and see with this week, right? They're back to the playoffs, and I know the record's bad. They've lost 4 times in a row. They have this, they have whatever. I've heard it all the Mike Tomlin stuff about firing him. I don't really care anymore, to be honest. It keeps falling. I hear fire Tomlin. They won with Cow's players. They won this, they won that. Give me something new. Like, honest to goodness, I've heard everything you're about. If you're not a Tomlin guy, and this video isn't about that, but if you're not a Tomlin guy, I've heard everything. But to me, he's consistent. He's a good leader. He's the right guy for Pittsburgh. And yes, he has 2 years left. But I understand the other side. It's like, we haven't won anything. We got to get the job done. Well, the thing is too, did you really think that this year that the Steelers would be in this position and they would be in the playoffs? We just snuck in, but they're in the playoffs, and now we have a chance in the dance, right? Probably one of the biggest outsiders in the playoffs right now with a quarterback. No offense to Mason Rudolph, but he is number 3. So sometimes we need to lower our expectations. Anyways, I'm not talking about that, but I do want to jump into some quick news with Mike Tomlin and his press conference. He talked about Minkah Fitzpatrick. I hope he comes back, by the way. So he's very optimistic about Minkah. Minkah should be back. There's no way that Minkah's going to miss this game. He should be back, number 39, dead set. TJ Watt is going to be out this week, and I understand that TJ Watt and the team, they're like 1-11. So they've won 1 game against the Buccaneers in the last few times that in his career, they've lost 11 games. I understand that. Without TJ Watt, the team is different. But I think this year, actually, the team is different, and we have Highsmith, Herbig, rookie, who can make some plays, and Marcus Golden, who's a good rusher, like run defend guy, who might be able to step up in TJ's absence. So I'm not too worried about that. Yes, I want TJ Watt back. However, I'm not too worried. Another one was that DeMonte Carzee was returning. However, he will be returning, but maybe not at full strength. So Mike Tomlin said there, division of labor, which means to me, is he going to be ready to play? Is he going to be conditioned well enough, ready to play as physical as he can, not the way that he got banned? And I still don't agree with that calling. The league is getting soft to a certain degree, but that's another video I've made before in the past. So DeMonte Carzee is back or can play on the field. I'm not too worried about that either. Eric Rowe has been stepping up too. So if you have Minkah back there and Carzee can't go at 100% and maybe has like limited reps, you'll see Eric Rowe, who's been playing safety back there, who's really been stepping up from the practice squad. And as Mike Tomlin says, off the couch in terms of Miles Jack and Eric Rowe, those blokes at middle linebacker and safety are getting the job done. So I want to see Carzee back, but at the same time, for the safety room right now, Eric Rowe is playing big-time football with big hits, and he's also punching the ball out for fumbles. So whatever happens, I think we still have a pretty good, depth at safety. The last one here I want to talk about before I get into the rumors was Mason Rudolph will start again. Now, let's be honest. If you're a Kenny, you don't have to. This is what I find crazy. You don't have to have Kenny Pickett versus Mason Rudolph. Kenny Pickett sucks. Mason Rudolph sucks. Kenny Pickett's awesome. Mason Rudolph's awesome. You don't need to have that competition in your own locker room between fan bases hating one side, hating the other. It always happens. It's the nature of the beast, how fans are. I support Kenny. I support Rudolph. The only one I didn't want to see was Trubisky anymore because Trubisky was playing a really bad quarterback. And yes, Mike Tomlin is right. You have to go with a hot hand. Staying with the hot hand, and that is Mason Rudolph. The bloke has 700 yards. I think he's now 3-0. I think he has 3 TDs. He's playing good football. He dropped a few fumbles the other day in the rain, but it was raining. It was really bad weather. Going against the Bills, it's run the rock with Najee. It's play action pass to Haywood or short dump off passes to Najee or Warren. Get them the ball in space. Find Muth over the middle for 5-10 yards. Get the ball to Pickens down the sidelines for 40. Interact more with or throw the ball more to Deontay. It's that kind of style. You go with Rudolph until the train falls off the tracks. And right now, it's not going anywhere. It's going as fast as it can be. And the Buffalo Bills should be worried. Well, the Buffalo Bills fans, they're like, we're going to beat you by 41-7. I don't know about that. Anyway, so that's the quick news there. Is Minka's out. Minka's coming back. TJ Watt's out. Tomonikazi's back. And Mason Rudolph will start. Now, let's get into this rumor. Let's break down this rumor. So this rumor was via Adam Schefter. He says here, it was on like some NFL talk show. He says here, they're not firing Mike Tomlin, which I agree with. But here's the thing that's interesting. He's got 1 year left on his contract. And there are some people around the league who believe that Mike Tomlin could decide eventually to take some time off. Here's the thing. Some people who believe that's a rumor. So just because this is said, it doesn't mean it's going to happen. It's a belief. It's a rumor. It's a made up. It's almost like a made up story, right? Take some time off like Sean Payton did. Maybe take a year off. We'll see if that's something on his mind. But Mike Tomlin gets to dictate what happens here, not the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're not firing him. I think we can all agree on that. If you don't like Mike Tomlin, or you do, I do. Always have, always will. I'll be going to his Hall of Fame ceremony whenever he does retire. 5 years after that, I'll be going to his Hall of Fame ceremony. Whatever you think of Mike Tomlin, and also I think he does deserve more credit than he gets in 2020. What are we? 2024. He gets this team to the playoffs. He goes out to the Raiders and beats them for the first time in like in 1980s or whatever it may be. He goes to Seattle, beats them for the first time in a very long time out there. Goes 5-1 in maybe the hardest division there is in the NFL. 5-1, not too bad. He gets this team into the playoffs 2 years after Big Ben. Rookie Kenny Pickett goes in his second year. He doesn't play too well. They move to Trubisky. He finally thinks, you know what? Okay, 3 games is enough. Trubisky's out. They fire Matt Canada, who could have been most of the problem. So Mike Tomlin, yeah, he does deserve credit, but he never gets it. Anyways, let's move on to the next part. So Adam Schefter says here, he's staying on, but he's staying on if he wants to. If he decides to walk away, that could be a different subject. Maybe there's a team out there he's from Washington. His wife loves LA. Maybe one of these things. See, there's a lot of maybes. Maybe. See these rumors? Maybe. It's all rumor, all speculation. And this is how the media gets you. Maybe there's a team out there. He's from Washington. His wife loves LA. Maybe one of them lobs a call over to the Steelers and see if he could wind up doing something per Adam Schefter. Now, my final thought is, I actually have one more thing from this. It would be huge if it happened. The whispers around the league, or Mike Tomlin would step down, yada, yada, yada. Another place, 93.7 The Fan, another rumor mill. So my final thought on this, and let me know in the comments below. I know I'm going to get fired, Tom, and I know I'm going to get that kind of stuff. I don't even care. I will not enter the debate anymore. I like Tomlin. I don't have time for the debate. I'm here to talk about playoffs, but this rumor stuff, I think it's rubbish, to be honest. I think Schefter is creating stories. He's pretty much saying that Mike Tomlin could leave like Sean Payton. Yeah, he could. But has it happened? No, it hasn't happened yet. Mike Tomlin could do this, have a year off, could finish his contract. You know, I don't think he's not going to be fired. One thing we can agree on is Rooney's won't fire Mike Tomlin after that. They'll wait until he's done with his contract. Maybe it is one more year. Maybe they at the end of the year, see how far he does in the playoffs, they give him a 2-year contract extension. They get him a new OC. But this whole stuff with Schefter saying they're not firing him and he's got 1 year left and he believes and the maybes, it's just all speculation. It's all speculation. Have we asked what Mike Tomlin wants to do? In the past, they linked into a college job. He said never. What do you say? Never Never but never, or you know what I'm saying? Never but never. Like there's no way, right? He doesn't want to. He doesn't want to do college. I think Mike Tomlin, from what I see, and this is a rumor, maybe Mike Tomlin wants to be a Pittsburgh Steeler until the end of his career. But this kind of stuff, I just don't think it's going to happen. He walks away from the league and comes back a year after, and then goes and finds a job with Washington. Is that really going to happen? I don't know. Anyways, this stuff's all rumor. Let's get back to football. So hopefully the next few days, guys, you start getting more pumped up, more hyped up. Yes, TJ Watt's out. Yes, Rudolph is there. Let's get behind our team. We need to support our team this week as best we can. I'm talking terrible towels. I'm talking, meet with your mates and play Madden versus Bills on the Sega or the PS4 or whatever, and you beat them on PS4. I'm talking everything. Like I'm talking like have conversations about the Bills sucking in like 0-4 in Super Bowls and how we have 6. Like just get after it. Like this is our time to ride this and get as much hype as we can. Get behind the Nardi train, the Warren train, the Steelers train, the defense. I don't care who's playing. We have to go out there into Buffalo and beat these Bills and move to the next level. But the rumor stuff, it would be huge if it happened. Whispers around the league. Mike Tomlin down after the season. It's a rumor. It's just one big rumor.